It is not universal to dream of a grand labor. Some dream of a home, a cohort, a place where safety can be found. But these paths run parallel and perpendicular, curving, diverting, bridges and tunnels and intersections, and long highways curving together. What is the Boxworks? A house, a belief? Is it a stable income or a towering work? Or is it, like its intangible self upon the sea, a sturdy waypoint on a longer road? Welcome to Bloodwine. We're going, all right, I just need to put this back where it is. When like half of my pages started to slip, I caught them with my thumb, and I'm just sitting here going, don't make a very loud noise.
Don't make big noise. Don't make big noise.
Don't do it.
But we're live now, so fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it. Make noise.
All right. Put that back where it is.
Make noise, flip tables, riot. It's all good.
All
So-
good.
Systemic change.
Yeah. Let's get into it. I feel like normally we have a long ramble energy, but sometimes no.
Sometimes no.
Also, we may have had a very long ramble right before stream started
We
about like stuff that we definitely can't talk about on stream.
I'm
Right.
excited. I
Yeah,
got
everyone's-
things
It's
going
not
on.
bad. It's just
Yeah.
like don't stream this to the internet kind
Yeah,
of
I
information,
just-
you know.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe the
So we're all
one
sitting
topic
here
that
like-
you can't.
Yeah.
Like 100% can't.
How about that weather?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like can't it's like think of a topic. Can't talk about that topic.
Another thing, man, have you seen rent prices in Ontario?
Pretty
Jesus.
bad. Pretty bad.
Wow.
Not good.
I'm not even trying
Not
to
good.
rent. I'm trying to buy a house.
Have you seen house prices?
It's impossible. I'm sorry.
Oh
It's
my god. Just wait
Yeah,
for another
no.
economic crash.
Yeah,
Like,
it's honestly,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, it'll happen.
What happened to that
Yeah.
economic crash that was supposed to happen in 2020? Did it all just get shifted into the housing market? Is that what happened? Everything
yeah,
else
I think
crashed,
so.
but the housing market went way up.
No, NFTs saved us all.
Oh, I see.
Ah,
I
yes,
see.
of course.
Yeah.
Those monkeys.
Yes.
They are the guardians of
Yep.
our soul.
Those darn monkeys.
They're the reason
God,
I can't
those
buy a
things.
house.
NFTs are
I
the
just-
reason you can't buy a house.
NFTs just feel like a clear sign that we're in the wrong timeline.
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah. Yeah.
The people, we don't have full healthcare. Even in Canada, we have free healthcare, which is free emergency and core
Yeah.
healthcare, but like not eyes, not teeth,
Yeah.
not anything for like pain management or
That's why 3 out of 4
Any
Canadians
devices.
wear glasses.
yeah. They don't pay for those.
That's really funny.
You're
But,
the different
you know,
one.
But you know what we can pay for? Cartoon monkeys.
Yep.
Or some of them are dumb. Like one of them was like Minecraft seeds.
Oh
yeah.
And not even I'm not
Minecraft
even saying this to be
skins.
Is Minecraft skins another one?
There was a Minecraft server where in order to be on it, you had to have an NFT skin, and you were only
Yes!
able to use that skin.
Man, that
If-
dude, that kicks ass.
I would
Like,
feel
Make
a
your
lot
own
better.
NFT.
No, well, you can, but they have a registry of all of their NFTs.
You have to have one of their NFTs.
Yeah, I'm sure of it.
Oh.
It's basically
like-
one big MLM.
I would be so much happier about the fact that people who clearly don't deserve their money are losing it if it weren't for the fact that people who deserve the money even less are getting the money from it. Like I was watching something, it's too bad we had to go live. I was watching something really good that was like some people who had recently been arrested for like stealing billions in crypto during like the Bitfinex thing, and one of them is like a rapper but like it's the wife who raps in a deeply suburban, in the car,
Yeah.
might let a racial slur slip kind of way.
Oh, I'm picturing Tammy.
Oh no, it's Tammy. It's fucking Tammy. But imagine Tammy being like, crypto land and NFTs, making 100 G's, gotta go and pump the ETH, gonna hold like yee. I hate that I was able to get through that. I kind of wish I flubbed that. I'm kind of disappointed in myself.
You should be disappointed in yourself, but that was still great.
Okay, we need to get the fuck out of here. We need to get the fuck out of here and into the plot. I don't want to stay here.
Okay.
It's not safe. I'm accidentally crypto rap freestyling. This isn't who I want to be.
Freestyle, but you did it for us.
The
What
best
if my
part
children
is
find this on the internet?
the best part. You're crypto rap freestyling as a suburban mom in a minivan. Like it's just an extra layer of shitty.
Yeah.
So it's like the freestyle doesn't have to be good because that's the part. That's the bit.
Yeah.
The best part, though, is that all of these raps are clearly financed by the stolen cryptocurrency. And it's like, it's a clear example of you can't just pump money into something. At some point, somewhere in the organization, someone needs to know what they're doing. So it's like the production quality is great. Everyone that was hired did their job to the best of their ability, but ultimately, they had to do what she said.
And
So
if she's like a
it did.
Tommy Wiseau batshit crazy, that's what's gonna end up with.
Yeah, that's what's coming out.
All right.
I love Tommy.
So you guys are on an island, doing island shit.
Not a crypto island.
Not a crypto island.
Not Crypto Island.
Internet doesn't even exist.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll go that far, but I'm
Some days,
The internet doesn't
thank God.
But the Rookery does. You guys are at Boxworks Island, going about your business, and it's time for another weekly meeting. What time of day is it for the weekly meeting?
Weekly meetings are always in like the late morning.
All right. This is just your bog standard meeting, except for something that happens later that's commanders and captains only. So, what do you want to start with? The bird team's got some stuff, the box team's got some stuff, the build team's got some stuff, and
The bird team doing.
Yeah, what are the bird boys doing?
they don't have any flexibility. But since the Shadow Fog came back with the crypto codes,
Oh my God!
graphic codes required for encryption. Fuck the entire real world. This isn't even the real world. It's the fake world within the real world that I'm tired of. Retreating into a different fake world, and it still finds me there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
It will
you
always.
wrote
find
it. You can only retreat into your own mind so far.
I'm gonna be stuck here with this giant, vaguely sexually aggressive coin for way too long. He has so many outfits.
Mm-hmm.
The crypto island will never leave you, Will.
So yeah, they don't have any flexibility. They're doing great. They have the crypto codes and everything they need. They just have to like start up an entire mail round now.
Yeehaw!
So they're busy.
Fun shit.
It's good shit.
Good
So then there's the
shit.
box team, the build team, and you.
Let's go with Box Boys.
Box boys got the codes. What they are able to do is they can start work on the factory, but the factory's innards need to be complete. They can help other people, or they can start working on the slow disenchantment or magical ID fraud. And it's a pick 2 out of those 4.
Magical ID fraud.
Sorry, what was the thing before magical ID fraud?
Or could you
Something disenchantment?
Yeah, the slow disenchantment problem.
Right.
Right.
Um. I think it might be better if we just kind of keep it as is. Almost like we need to get the boxworks up and running. And I feel like we need to complete the innards. Like, they need to wait for the innards to be completed. Okay, so let's get the innards completed so they can actually get that going.
All right. I'm going to have their number 1 as help, and then that's going to be doing the factory internals.
Mm-hmm.
Is that better? Can you guys? Do I sound better now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yay!
Otherwise, I'll put 2 as factory work. Once it's started, they can get to it. Which leaves the build team and you.
Build team.
Build team. The captain and commander's villas are complete. 3 out of 7 of the manors are complete. 2 out of 7 are partially built, and 2 haven't started yet. But those are priority 1, and to the point where they're not putting it on the list, they're just doing it. They should be done within the next little while.
Okay.
The wizardry and alchemy towers are complete. You can see them standing over the boxworks, like 2 out of what will be 4 towers. That's pretty much where they're at. And then they have options they can pick. They can start on the trapsmithing or command towers. They can start on the archival vault.
Oh.
I've got 2 slots set for like fortifying if you wanted to do that. And otherwise, it's 2 slots for last requests before they leave. Because after this, they're done building.
Cool.
Fortifying. I put my vote in for fortifying because we kind of did just blow up 2 Westmont ships. So...
Yes.
And also, we did have people land on the shores.
Yeah. So that's kind of where my vote's gonna go.
What are you gonna do to fortify? Like a tower, sniper's nest, a blockade. The sandbags around the camp will be movable. You would just need to, anyone could just go, all right, let's move these one by one, set them up somewhere else.
Yeah, sniper. I mean, Shane's obviously going to put a vote in for sniper tower.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing that happened last time is we didn't have visibility of the person. We couldn't find them once they were on the island.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So where's it located?
Well, I mean, we already have a bit of a tower.
So there's a tower at the end of the docks. The Rookery Tower is a functional tower. This one would be another separate watchtower that you could put out in the docks. You could put it right by all of the camp buildings. The Boxworks towers are towers, and you can use them for defense, but ideally people don't get that close.
Yeah.
And if they do, you're going to have rookers shooting guns out of your office windows, you know?
Yeah. That's kind of that's a bad time for everybody involved. Right. Well, does anybody else have any ideas?
Maya has a preference for bum scritches.
Okay.
You still haven't answered. I did ask you a question that you guys didn't answer. Where is the tower?
Where's the tower? Right.
Right on the bum of the island. We're going to be scratching that bum.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's there's a deep beach and a thin beach, which are both of their attempted. I realize this is a joke, but it's also actually a really good answer. It does have an ass, and it's really close to where you were talking about.
Boom!
They let me see if I can get it in here. They
okay. Yeah,
maybe I just can't.
Oh no,
maybe,
there we go.
Yeah. So yeah,
I've seen that map before.
I've been keeping it to myself.
Oh my goodness.
It's Will's secret map. His
Will's
secret
secret
map
map.
stash.
I have a lot of paper. I know. I have a lot of paper at the beginning of a campaign, at the end of the campaign. The middle of the campaign is nice. You just have an arc. and everything else you're like, I'll figure it out later. I already took care of that.
It's fine. 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 It's fine.
Like a couple of notes to remember for the future. That's about it.
Yep.
Yep.
So you would be able to put the watchtower out at like the bottom ass of the island. Excuse me. You could put it kind of where the firebomb trap was as well. That would make it so you could see people going up the road to the rookery, whereas if it's at the tip of the island, you wouldn't be able to see that, but you would be able to fire out on people on the water the same way you can on the northern watchtower, and that gives you a north and south watchtower.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yeah, north and south watchtower.
Are you going to ask them to do anything outside of that? Because then they might want help to finish up their business. Or are you going to let them use the rest of their time to just like finish the boxworks and then leave?
I would like some more, I would like some more, yeah, I would like some more reinforcements down along the beach. If that's possible, like...
What was that thing about traps? There was something like,
You set a fire trap. Like you Croquill last session.
Yeah, no, I thought the build crew had some order about, like, some manufactory for that. I don't know.
Oh, so it's like a pick 4 for
Right.
the build team. One of them is Fortify. And then the box team are helping out with the factory internal. So the 3 that they would have remaining is the trapsmithing tower, the command tower, and the archival vault.
Trapsmithing was what I heard. Okay. Would that be of any use, or is that specifically for the boxes?
Well, they might let sun in, they might not. But all this stuff is just for people who don't have your
You just
job.
sent a picture into the chat being like, yeah, so we opened Google. And it's a very large black man. And it was like, yeah, he said that he thought that was him.
When I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and I've been used to staring at my face in, like, the pitch black.
Why did you have a picture of... It's just like a clearly, like, for the memes, like, downward angle photo of a guy with his shirt off, with, like, some man boob kind of going... Like, why...
In fairness to Gabe, the guy does have very similar glasses, just with different lenses.
Yeah.
And a beard?
Yeah,
And a beard.
a little bit of a beard, that's true.
See,
Everything else
But
is
what-
completely different.
See,
but...
Chelsea, I don't see rays.
What... What was it that was going through your head where you went, okay, this game, where we're planning the future of what's going to happen, it's going great. I think what I need
Time to
add-
completely derail this.
I didn't even see it. I had this on full screen so I could see all of your lovely faces.
Yeah.
And I thought Gabe was paying attention. I thought Gabe was...
That's your first
Okay, I can't say that joke dead ass. That would actually sound like I was being passive aggressive. I was going to be like, I thought Gabe respected my time.
That was your first mistake.
Yeah.
Thinking that Gabe is ever paying attention to anything.
Trapsmithing tower, though. Yes, trapsmithing tower sounds good.
Poor Gabe.
He does look like you, though.
He's
Some
got like
head
a
shape.
beard and the glasses. Like, I see what you mean out of the corner of your eye, maybe.
I didn't bring it up. Chelsea was the one that brought it up. I just put it in the chat so I wouldn't forget about the funny thing that happened.
You put it out in the ether on stream. You know what can happen.
Are we your downloads folder? What is this?
Yeah.
That's very funny.
If you were ever like, man, you know, I need a little cheer me up, don't worry, I got it right there. A funny thing happened to Gabe.
Sometimes we're doing a group funny and I have to be like the angry yelly being mean to everyone jokester, and it feels bad after a while. I'm sitting here being like, Gabe, do you respect my time? What the fuck is this? You're sitting there going, "Ooh."
Poor Gabe. Just trying to open Google.
just trying to save a picture into his downloads folder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't even give context.
That is, there's no. We gave the exact same context that you did. The only thing is we didn't show the image because I'm pretty sure we can't on Twitch.
Yeah, I noticed.
Okay, yeah, the context is you went, I'm gonna post a picture of a guy who I thought looked like me out of the corner of my eye. He doesn't have a shirt on. He's looking intensely downward. The background is overblown with neon fluorescence. The area has the imposing nature of not a public bathroom, but like an uncomfortable like backstage area in a rented hall.
Yeah.
Welcome to Bloodwine.
I think it's a bathroom because it looks like a shower curtain.
I don't think
Does
you
look
guys,
like a shower curtain.
I don't think you guys fully understand the horror I had at seeing a shirtless picture of myself on the internet.
It's kind of like we're in your phone. We have your info kind of shit.
I legitimately thought it was one of those things that people do where they make, like, pornography of a real person by taking someone else's naked body and pasting their head on them. And I thought somebody had done that to me, and I just randomly was shown to me on Google. And I had about, I think if you play back the VOD, you'll be able to see a solid 3 seconds of horror sort of like cross my face. Because I was so scared.
Oh my god. That's so funny.
So there's the trap smithing tower.
Right.
I want a trap smithing tower.
I want a trap smithing tower. Will, can I please have a trap smithing tower if you'd be so kind?
Papar, Papar, may I have a trap smithing tower, Papar?
I have some more. Some trap smithing tower, please.
Alright, so first is the fortification, the tower on the ass of the island. Ass
On
tower.
the ass of the island.
I'm gonna write down ass tower so don't forget.
Ass tower.
Number 2 is the trap smithing tower. And then between 3 and 4, which comes first, the command tower or the archival vault?
Archival vault and then command tower? Like, what is the function of the command tower?
Meetings,
And
it's guarded, you have actual desks and like drawers that you can put documents into beforehand.
yeah, archival vault.
You have, it's got like a
Crowquill
map
does
of the
not give a
island
fuck.
so you can point at it.
There's definitely someone, like, if Henny was in this campaign, that would be the first fucking thing built.
Yeah.
But with
Yeah.
Crowquill, it's the exact opposite. It's like, that is the last thing we fucking need. Papers
not
can be
need it.
strewn about anywhere. It doesn't fucking matter.
Crowquill's just sitting there like, what do you mean you have ease of access to written documents?
Well, who cares? Do you realize how many written documents I've forged?
So, battle team. Debrief.
Oh, there's a bug on the floor and Maya's really upset about it.
Okay, well, while Jane deals with the bug on the floor, there was a big old ship followed by a second ship, and we blew them both up, but it turns out a bunch of other ships were also involved, and we thought they were just sort of fishing vessels, but they weren't.
So, yeah, we're now going to be incredibly suspicious of any ships that have a color and a fish name associated with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Crimson Snapper, I forget the names of the other one. One was like Yellow Belly something.
Yeah, Yellow Belly.
Like the blue
Yeah.
porpoise, I don't know.
Yellow-bellied schnook.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
But we won't have to worry about some of those ships, seeing as they met with an unfortunate accident at sea. It seems that their munitions quarters exploded, which
Yeah.
reminds me, next time we go into town, we're going to have to pick up some explosives for Sun to create more.
Yeah.
The tuna maneuver was very successful.
Yeah, there was some tuna maneuvering going on. Yeah.
Seriously, they need to start teaching that in military academies.
Yeah, or I don't know, get better guards on a ship. I don't know.
Mhm.
Well, they want anybody who isn't a captain or a commander out for the next bit. This is confidential, and you're not to talk about it with the lower ranks.
Yeah, I'm getting.
All right, what are you doing in the meanwhile? It's the late morning.
Hammock.
Bonk. What is this? Your job?
Yeah, I did my job last night.
I mean, yeah.
All right. Once they also have a couple of people who are part of their crew coming by for the meeting, but they all clear off and go, all right. They gesture over. One of the rookers comes by, cracks a crate, and then leaves. And then they start taking out documents, just like showing you some stuff. These are all anonymized folders for different crews, so it doesn't tell you the name of the ship or anybody that's involved. Everything's changed to code names. But more or less, you have like a hiring list. This is going to consist of the people who are coming in. You're getting 2 masts, and when the build team leaves, you're getting 2 masts. There's a couple of 2-masted ships you could pick from, a couple of 1-masted. There's 7 in total. They start passing around the folders and discussing the options.
All right. So Jane, can you read me some of the options here?
Sure. 4 of them are 1-masted, 3 of them are 2-masted. Right on the front of the folder, they have their code names. So in 1-masted ships, there's the Blast Team, the Survivor Team, the Shadow Team, and the Rogue Team. For the 2-masted, there's the Burn, Patrol, and Marine Team.
Burn Patrol. I mean, Blast Team sounds pretty cool, and so does the Survivor Team. Like, what are the specifics of those teams?
Start pulling over the folders. The Blast Team is described as a crafty group. They're good salvagers, they're trained alchemists, and they're highly skilled in siege works. The Survivor Team is a group that have actually done missions like this before. They're just bog standard rookers, but they have a lot of experience in fishing and forage.
Do we have? Are we having any food issues thus far?
Just have to keep going and getting it on land. So it's mostly like provisions that have been brought over by boat. Not necessarily fresh food. You can get it from a bit of druidcraft, but otherwise people are probably going to want to go out and do shore leave more often.
Yeah.
Currently, everybody still has a lot of like the project energy. They've been going hard. They've been seeing a lot of tangible success. But once this is built, people are probably going to want to start taking breaks, going back, sending letters to family.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that thing that we totally do. In our crew.
Send letters to family.
Yeah. I think I'm the only one that's actually in contact with any of my family.
Yeah.
And even then, that's more because, other shit.
Oh, yeah. It's more so because other shit, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't say I was in contact with all of my family. Well, all right. What are the details of the 2-masted ships?
So there's Burn, Patrol, and Marine Team.
Mm-hmm.
Which folder do you open?
Marine Team.
So this one is So all of the two-masted ships, they brag about how they're skilled at ship combat and like skillful sailing through adverse conditions.
We took down 2 ships without firing a cannon.
Yeah.
We are the masters of ship-to-ship combat.
You did fire a cannon, though, technically.
That is true.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's true.
That also
One
wasn't the-
cannon fired.
one
Yeah, it was like
cannon
one
fired.
guy.
That was that one guy. Yeah.
Okay, so with 1 cannon shot, we took down 2 ships.
It's not bad.
It wasn't
Yeah.
even to take down 2 ships, it was to ensure that no one could talk.
Yeah. I don't know what they would have said, but that like wasn't like blatantly obvious from the horrified crew waiting to sort of help them back on board, but
Mhm.
no.
Anyways, I need to finish this before I forget. So, ship combat, skill sailing. They also do spycraft and fishing. They have like divers and swimmers and infiltrators and stuff like that.
Ooh, tuna maneuver people.
Yeah, we could train them.
We could train them in the tuna maneuver.
Yeah.
I would love for this to become like a manufactory of like diving equipment that's like Canonier and Sons tuna maneuver equipment.
Well, we can't have people know that that's what we do. Because
Yeah,
it'll
yeah.
be
that's
successful.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
Right?
That's when we get everybody expecting the tuna maneuver and then just roll up and broadside them.
Yeah.
They'll be like, they won't attack us. They'll attack us at night with the tuna maneuver. Then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
just boom, boom, boom.
They'll have everybody at night awake, scanning every single area of the ship, and then in the morning when the crew's all tired, we just roll in and blast them.
Yeah.
They go, listen, we also make cannons.
We also make
We
guns.
keep you on your toes.
Blam blam. And then while they're scrambling to get to the cannons, we pull the tuna maneuver anyway.
It is a hell of a
turns out that we
fucking.
already did the tuna maneuver and we're just finishing off.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a legend for an island. Just like ships keep passing by, and like any enemy ship that slows to a full stop or even a slow kind of trawl ends up just randomly blowing up in a couple hours.
I do like that because
so
in a world with magic, they're like, did they create some sort of ward or a bad luck charm? And it's no. No, they are explicitly sneaking a pipe bomb onto your ship.
I'm imagining like there's a war room where a bunch of people are like, what potential magical means could they have for this disastrous curse? And then it pans over to like Sun hanging off the edge of a boat trying to pass a screwdriver to Benji.
Holding a pipe bomb between his teeth while
Yeah.
he like unscrews paneling.
So that's Marine Team.
Okay, what about the fire squad? Fire patrol.
Burn Team. They have done the like the runs through the ice wall on several occasions. They do the ship combat and skill sailing, as well as battle magic and wizardry.
Wizardry. Witchcraft.
Transphobia.
There's only 2.
No! No!
Not to quote a Family Guy bit, but the Sorting Hat go, bring me the next boy or girl, there's only 2.
It's so much. I love the joke of like retroactively
God.
imagining Harry Potter if it was written by J.K. Rowling now.
He was a poor
Yeah.
little boy, and everyone on the internet hated him.
Harry was a downtrodden young boy, but still not so low as to sneak into women's sports.
But meanwhile, they're just like doing that Sorting Hat bit. And it's just like the Sorting Hat feels the need to remind everyone in the Great Hall that he's gay.
And the Sorting Hat yells out at the top of its lungs what genitalia you possess.
The Sorting Hat's like Gryffindor, Slytherin, just confused.
Oh no.
Alright, so there's
Making fun of Harry Potter. I'm always down for that.
the best part is we all know that series back to front because we used to love it. So now we get to use all of that to dunk on the author.
Do you guys see this puppy right now?
I see that puppy.
Yeah.
Like, you're
She
being
needs pet.
very needy, actually. You're being very needy. I was gone for like 2 hours today.
Oh.
What's your problem?
So there's 3 files that are still remaining to be read. 2 one-masted ships, which are Shadow and Rogue Team, and 1 2-masted ship, which is Patrol Team.
Okay, let's go with Shadow and then Rogue Team, and then we'll finish off on Patrol.
All right. The Shadow Team is a one-masted, like, skill sailing and ship combat team. They are known for doing, like, night pursuits and, like, skirmish, like, harassment raids on larger pirate ships.
That'd be handy.
So, are we deciding who we want to hire? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
And is it we only hire one, or is it?
So you hire 2 masts. So you could
okay.
get 2 one-masted ships or 1 2-masted ship.
Gotcha. All right. So what about the rest? What about Rogue Squadron?
Rogue Team is spycraft and search and rescue. They're known for staying out at sea for like months on end, doing like salvage missions and pursuing like lost leads out in distant sections of the ocean. Sections you've been to, as it happens, out near the islands especially.
Discover any weird, like, random pillars that lead to basically like a Titanic-esque shipwreck, and we never continued that. We never looked into that anymore.
No, the guys there weren't very nice, so we left.
Yeah.
To be fair, that was the lesson.
True. We did never.
Okay,
go
so
back.
I don't think we need that
It was
last one.
It was just a hole that gave you more questions.
So this blast.
I think I still have the ship in a bottle from that. I'm gonna put that in my office.
I do like the idea of having more people for the tuna maneuver, but if we had another ship to just like blast them,
Yeah.
you know, Danny DeVito style.
Yeah. So what about the patrol squad?
So they're ship combat, skill sailing, search and rescue, and land combat. They aren't the most outgoing. Not that they're like timid, just they're not young upstart rebels or anything.
Yeah.
But they're like a seasoned, skilled military ship that's worked at the Rookery for a couple of decades.
They're hired. How many masts did they have?
2.
Okay.
Beans.
Patrol ship. Okay,
Patrol
yeah.
ship.
I'm good for that.
I like
save
the
us time.
versatility of them, where we can have them
Yeah.
on land defending like a couple of people
Yeah.
in the tower, or we can have them on sea. Like we can rotate that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That just basically doubles our team. So
Yeah, basically.
that's a good idea. I'll go with that. Yeah.
All right. The other commanders and captains are giving you some grief. Once you mentioned the utility of other people doing the tuna maneuver, they quickly could have been on board, but the hype died and they kind of fell out of love of just having a duplicate ship. They were curious about the burn team as well as the blast and survivor team. This doesn't mean that they're outvoting you. This means that they're still deadlocked. What other arguments do you bring to the table? At this point,
the thing is, I really like the idea of having another ship for the tuna maneuver. Like having another patrol ship, that'd be useful. It is also.
I'm not even
boring.
thinking. Croak was like, no. This isn't about the tuna maneuver. Like, this has nothing to do with the tuna maneuver. This is about defending the land while we're out, in case someone manages to get on. Because last time we patrolled it, people got on land. There is no doubt about that. People got on land, and so we need people who are skilled specifically in land combat, and that could be the Blaze crew who have combat experience for like magic craft and things like that, but
Yeah,
it also
because
seems to be effective for patrol crew as well.
Because if anybody's going to be trying to mess trying to get intel or something, they'll likely try to get coming on to the island,
Hmm.
right? Rather than just like fighting our ships. Um, that might be more effective for them to try to like steal shit from on the island. So I do like that too. It is a good idea to have somebody who's versatile on land rather than just having more ships to fight, because it could be that somebody comes to just, you know, bombard our ships just like that. But likely they'll sit for a while and just sort of like watch us
Yeah, more
Yeah.
than
and then maybe
likely
try
they're
to
gonna
sneak
try.
on.
Yeah, more than likely they're gonna try and sneak on or siege us out.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and in those cases, we need people on land as well as us out on the ocean.
Yeah.
Well, they're sold by that argument,
Mhm.
especially with regards to the land combat. And when you bring up the fact that all of those people were stationed at sea, they mentioned that if you could have kept like the patrol team just in one position, it would have freed you up, so you wouldn't have to go back to check the other side.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
All right, they vote on the patrol team. So that is the conclusion of that meeting. Commanders and captains start to, spread out a little bit. You can see they, like, after marking down their choice, the Boxworks commander gets everybody to sign like a release. He folds up the release, he gets ready to put it in a letter, then he takes all the files and he just throws them directly on the campfire. He makes sure to sit and, like, with a stick, make sure every last bit of it burns. What are all of you up to? It's now getting close to noon, it's about lunchtime. Which, having a meeting that ends at lunch is so nice, because then there's always some dick at a meeting who wants to talk for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
And if people aren't hungry, they might side with the dick. If they're hungry, they never will.
Yep.
They never will.
Yep.
Mhm.
It is the
If they're
best time
hungry-
to have meetings.
Yeah, and they have a personal interest in being prompt and efficient and communicative. They don't want to sit there and be like, well, how does the verbiage of that play out? They're like, okay, I think we all know what this means. Can we move on?
Yeah.
I want Subway.
Yeah.
I just
It's
want to.
Subway time.
I just want to go and have last night's Chinese food.
Yeah.
I need to go and occupy the microwave to heat up my fish.
Yeah.
So
Gotta
some
do
of the
it.
banners are complete. The Boxworks internals are mostly complete. There's the Wizard Tower, the Alchemy Tower, the Captain's Quarters, the Commander's Quarters, and you have your ship that should be heading off on patrol again. What's the plan?
Maya has things to say, so I'm just gonna keep myself muted for a minute.
Okay.
Uh, Sun has been daydreaming up a device that could bore through the hull of an enemy ship to put explosives right in there. And that's kind of he's just daydreaming about that. He's sort of thinking about what it would take. Sort of a
So you're-
self-sealing drill, you know?
I was just
So
checking
you-
my equipment because I'm like, what do I actually have in my equipment? I still have the old pamphlet, the old tablet, and the old boat, and that's going in the commander's quarters, 100%.
God. Chelsea just opened up the Holy Grail or something.
Yeah, I think it's about time that we go out on patrol.
I need to keep
Alright.
checking my email, and like you open up Google and it's just white.
Mm,
You know?
Dark Mode 1.
Yeah.
So you go to put these things down for a brief moment. You head towards the commander's quarters. These have been just, sparsely furnished. Making your way in on the first floor, there's kind of a general living room area, kitchen. Once you go upstairs, there's your office. There's a separate room and like a balcony that looks off to the other side. In a couple of different areas, there's balconies that look down into an inner courtyard. From here, you can see the other commander's quarters. Or at least you can hear the bustle of them coming back from their own meetings and starting to put down their stuff.
Mhm.
You find a table and lay these things out and go, all right, just 180 and leave.
Yeah, basically. I just wanted to put them there. That is me unpacked. Like, that is Croquill unpacked. It's like Warble's cage, that shit.
Yep.
Alright, that's my entire life. Cool, I'm leaving.
Boom. Done. I'm out of here.
All right.
Some, like,
Bilgewater unfurls
extra
its sails and
clothes.
heads out onto the water again. What is everybody up to on the ship right now? What are your positions? What are your activities?
Son's just enjoying the outdoors. I think he's participating in ship stuff. You know, hauling the rig in and getting the sail trimmed and
in the sail.
yeah,
Getting some of that sail trim, if you know what I mean.
a little off the
A little off the top.
little off the top.
Little off my dignity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
that was the
dignity?
joke I was gonna make.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you make your way out onto the sea. Which way are you going? Clockwise, counterclockwise, sticking around in position? Is anybody staying on land, or is this, like, whole cruise on the boat?
I'll be on land.
I'll go on the boat.
Yeah, I'll be on land.
Yeah, I'm on the boat.
I'll vote clockwise.
All right. You start making your way out towards the sea cave around the northern point. You can see from here the wizard's tower like looming up over the trees. The boxworks was partially visible, but the towers actually give a good view out into the ocean. That being said, the island isn't huge, but it's big enough that this can be partially obscured when you go around the other side. Excuse me. There are 3 ships that you see kind of moving in random directions around the area. One of them you can see is a 3-masted ship whose sails are just barely let out, moving in a crawl. There's other single-masted ships that are kind of just swarming around it, doing figure eights and coming in close again.
Any insignia?
So you can see one of them's white, the big one's white, the other ones are red and they're blue. There's a fish bucket, one of them has 3 crabs escaping from a bucket, and the other one's a dotted line in the shape of a fish.
Oh. Alright.
I am immediately suspicious of all of them. Because
They're
everyone
not
thus
that-
far has been an asshole.
Is the fish one like Christian fish symbol?
It's a Jesus fish.
Yeah.
It's not quite, it's more like an implication of where's the fish?
Where's the beef?
Where do the fish be?
Where'd he go?
Burger fish.
It's in the fish.
Burger fish. Alright.
It's fish the beef.
EA fish. It's in the fish.
Now I'm just imagining EA, fish in the game, and it's a compilation of all the games that have inexplicable fishing mechanics.
God, that would be
Or
such a
just
long list.
fish at all in the game
Yeah.
Yeah.
anymore?
Yeah. I think that'd be fun, but instead they give you just a little PNG of the fish from the game, but they don't tell you what game it is. It's a fun scavenger hunt.
Yeah, much like how Minecraft normalized crafting and freeform construction mechanics, I think that we need to let Animal Crossing influence, making sure that video games always have a mechanic where you can go fish at the camp.
Sea of Thieves does that.
Show it off. A show it off button. Yeah.
I want
Yeah.
a show it off button in every single game.
So we have
Yeah.
Sea of Thieves and Animal Crossing as the
Cyberpunk
pioneers of this new
2077.
genre. You can show things off in Cyberpunk 2077?
I mean,
Yeah, like the quality of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I was really excited there. I was hoping that if I showed Pan Am my cool gun, she would go, "Wow, that's pretty cool." Anyway, can we kiss a little more, please? Because the game doesn't let you go up and press E to kiss Pan Am.
It is unfortunate.
That's
Yeah.
sad.
Broken
That's sad.
promises.
I
Broken
did buy
promises.
double jump shoes from her weird dad though, so I guess that's kind of the same.
Any points? Question mark.
Yeah, Well, listen. I saved her dad's life from a sandstorm.
That's very nice of you.
Yeah. She didn't even have
Maybe
sex with me after that.
God, I forgot
maybe
so much
she'd
of the
kiss
plot
you
of
if you
that
bought her
game.
an NFT.
That
You
is
know,
Oh my
That
god,
is important to
Cyberpunk
note.
2077 definitely has NFTs in it.
no, but it doesn't. It doesn't have them in the game, which
Yeah.
means that by 2077 we're free of the scourge.
You cannot tell me that in a dystopian capitalist future there are not still NFTs.
But there's not. They would have told us.
Then that's not the proper dystopian like capitalist future.
No. They burn themselves out.
What if
They just
when
ran
you
out of
like
iterations of the same. How can you have so many iterations of a monkey picture and none of them look right? Like, so many
Yeah.
iterations.
what if instead in Cyberpunk when you kill a police officer and like you get that little pop-up saying that you got some money,
Yeah.
you're actually just hacking their crypto wallet.
Oh, my
Maybe-
crypto wallet!
Well, maybe that's where the
The sequel,
where
that
the-
sequel has my hardware wallet!
maybe that's where the daemons come from.
Right, yeah, that's
Yeah.
where all the demons come from.
Every single little virus guy, they don't show you, but beyond the black net wall, there's just a bunch of weird monkeys.
That is what the wall is. The wall is just a wall of monkeys.
Oh, it's made of the monkeys.
So is that what happened? One of them escaped and was in all those Jason Bourne movies?
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
No, I haven't actually played the game, so I don't know anything about it.
The only thing you need to know about it is that when Keanu Reeves was told that there was a fan mod that allowed you to have sex with his character, he clapped his hands together and went, "Yes!" So
There's apparently one of the issues that someone who I was watching had been trying to peg for a really long time, which is trying to find out why all the vehicles feel weird, is that they all have motorcycle physics. They made the motorcycle physics for the games, and then they just ported that to all the weapons, so the trucks will just go.
yeah.
That explains so much.
Yeah, okay. I
Yeah.
could see how that would be weird.
That explains so much.
Especially the collisions. Once you know and you see the
Yes.
collisions, it's so obvious that all of these are motorcycles that are the size of like a bread box.
Yeah, they're very light in the future. Cars are made mostly of I don't know, neodymium
NFTs?
microfibers. Yeah, they're made of NFTs.
Very light, very flimsy, basically
Yeah.
incorporeal at that point.
Iterations of a monkey. Well, you see all of those, they're not coming that close to the island. They're not staying quite still either. They're off a little ways. What do you do?
Shoot him.
Okay.
You know what? We're fucking tired of these people trolling our waters, pretending like they can be here. No, fucking get rid of them.
I'm kidding, by the way.
Everyone
don't
needs
actually
to stay
trust them.
one click away.
Yeah, I do feel like we gotta let them know that they're not welcome here.
They're not welcome here, but like I don't think we should just straight up shoot them, you know?
Okay.
Like
what
maybe
about
that's
shooting near them?
maybe.
Can we
But
get
I
like
think-
right in the middle of them?
Shooting them I think is an overreaction on our part.
Hmm.
Sad Ken and Ye noises.
Yeah.
Aw.
Let's be real, it's sad apparatus noises.
Sad
Yeah.
apparatus noises.
There's just kind of like a from somewhere in the boat. So do you approach? Do you depart? Do you continue along your patrol?
I'll continue along the patrol, like are they like they're not really close, right? They're just kind of sitting off.
Yeah, you can't quite make out like they're. You can start to pick out that they do seem to be fishing boats, but you can't make out their names.
Yeah, let's just do another round, see where they are.
Yeah, do another round. Slow up do you have like a real obvious like we're watching you sort of in ship body language?
Yeah. And ship body language, you know?
Yeah.
You slow to the point where you're kind of like, as they make their slow departure, you're keeping between them and the island. You move along after a little while, and by the time you make it to the same point, you can see that they've traveled some distance. They're about the same distance from the island, but clearly they're just like trying to follow a pattern of, whoa, a lot of fish here.
Yeah.
Alright. Cool.
Could we use Druid Craft to make all the fish leave so fishing boats won't come here? That's actually a pretty tall order, I think, because fish like food.
Fish do like food, but if we
They
were
also
to
don't
blow
like
up
being
the
food.
fish. Oh yeah, if we were to
Well,
get
that's
more
nice.
sharks here, then that would be good. We
Yeah.
could get sharks
Unless
to patrol the island.
we are fishing these fish, in which case we want the fish to be here.
This is true.
Maybe what we should do is we should get like a lot of sort of we got to find sort of a population of people that need a job and would be willing to work in an industrial sized sort of fish factory and just really drain all these waters of any fish.
That okay. Remember
So you're
before
going
when
for,
Will
like,
was talking about
The
True
Lorax tier.
Yeah. Sort of the Lorax
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah, and then maybe
Really
we
just
could-
destroy the
We all get
habitat.
matching, like, all black tuxedos and top hats. We
Yeah,
all smoke opium and chuckle and drink brandy together and point at the poor children
Yeah.
and laugh. And
Yeah.
throw eggs at poor Timmy with a limp.
Yeah.
no, we need to keep our public image up. I think that what instead we should do is sort of build a community centered around sort of this fish factory and our presence within the town.
We should color the fish
You're
factory.
referencing a campaign that not only is not on stream, but the other two people here are not part of.
Yeah,
But if we color it bright, happy colors, then
Yeah.
I think that's fun.
I think you're right.
True. Paint it pink to decrease aggression.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe we can give everybody a little sticker that says, "If you're feeling sad, you should talk to someone."
Yeah.
Well, 500 stickers every 3 months is cheaper than healthcare.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You
and we
know,
can
we
get-
could probably get a bulk order on those stickers too, you know?
Yeah.
Save some money.
we could hire a therapist, and everybody gets.
Everybody
Great.
shares the same therapist.
And yeah,
and they
you-
come Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah,
Let's be real, that would actually be like a good company policy. That would actually be a company providing something instead of like,
Yeah.
It's true.
Well-
it's better than nothing. Yeah.
yeah.
you sold 200,000 bags of popcorn this year. And no, we won't give you a raise.
We'll give you
But
a
you
gold
do get a-
star and a therapist to bitch about us too.
Yeah.
Where are you guys getting therapists? What nice ass jobs do you have where they get you a therapist?
I don't have a nice ass job that gets me a therapist.
Well,
I was gonna say a pizza party.
I don't
Yeah,
want
pizza party.
I
Yeah.
don't want to. I don't want to brag, but my company does have a therapist I could go to.
Well,
Oh.
aren't you lucky?
Don't you like
Yeah.
work for like a place where you can't be divulging secrets though?
Yeah, I'm part of the military-industrial complex now, baby.
It's fitting.
You have probably had to sign a non-disclosure.
I had signed many, yes.
Nice.
I mean, I imagine that there wasn't a part of that that isn't like, the benefits are great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to talk about great benefits.
Yeah. Well, if
It's
any of you
the-
know how to weld, I'll get $5,000 if I refer you.
Oh. I don't know how to weld.
Damn.
If you pay me
I know how to
$2,500, I'll learn how to weld.
Well, you gotta get the job is the problem.
Anyways, it's the early afternoon.
Nice.
Keep going about patrol, same
Keep
direction.
going.
Yeah, keep going. You know, we've learned these morons only attack at night, so the day should be pretty calm.
Yeah.
You see that there's a ship passing. Looks like an adventurer's ship. It's black and pink, it looks like, single-masted.
Ooh,
Ooh, black and pink. Those are good colors.
That is a solid color scheme.
I like that pickup truck that was always at the McDonald's.
There's...
Why do I both
Yeah.
not know what the fuck you're talking about and know exactly what you're talking about?
I know.
Is
I
that a
know what you're
London
talking
thing?
about. Yes.
Yeah, yes. It's
So
one of the
the-
managers at a local McDonald's drives a pink and black pickup truck.
Yeah. It's the Oxford and
Yeah.
McDonald's. Yeah.
How do I
always
know
there.
that? I'm not even near there, but I know that car.
Yeah. There's like a pink pickup truck in the
Oh,
city,
man.
and they work in a McDonald's.
Okay. Will, I would like to go into the tower, and I feel like Croquill specifically asked the build team to make her a chair that she could, like, slump in while Warbles just flies around.
They...
Like a beanbag chair.
Yeah, like a beanbag chair.
they kind of shrug a little and look to each other, and then one of them's like, "No, I think I could." Yeah, all right.
Big bag of beans. You gotta transfer the beans from
It's
the
like,
crate
look,
to the bag.
when I'm scouting, my body has no muscles.
One of the people on the build team goes, "So a recliner."
That would be
Yeah.
nice, yes.
Like a beanbag chair, recliner, like
Okay,
a
well, counter argument with a
Like a
recliner,
beach
you have
chair.
to aim. With the recliner, you do have to aim a little. With a beanbag, you can kind of just like fall at it, and you'll
Yeah.
probably be okay until the one time that
I
it
will be
bursts.
in the chair when I send Warbles off. It's not one
But
of
what
those
if you're
things.
in a hurry?
Yeah, if you're in a rush.
Beanbags.
You just
If
kind
I'm
of
in
run
a
at the
rush-
chair, you run and you jump and like out you go and your body just slumps over.
Let's be real. If you were able to just like slink into a beanbag chair, like pass out and then come to, you would just like get back in neck pain like day
Yes.
3.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, and let's be real. If I'm in a rush, Crowquill's just dropping to the ground. There's no climbing up the rookery tower for like a nice scenic view while Warbles flies off. Warbles is just flying off, and Crowquill is dropping.
Yeah.
So-
That's fair.
You make your way up to the second floor, which is where the door is to get up there. From there, it's a spiral staircase, just one level until you're on the 3rd level, and that's where this spot is. You can feel grooves in the floor. They seem to be preset for a couple of different, like, ritual spots and ritual sizes. They're nested so that, like, based on where the, like, gouges are in the floor, you could very easily just, like, you know, sweep some salt into those, set them up, have, like, okay, we're going to take spot A and B. If you want to take spots C, D, and E, we can have that be a double-sized circle for a group ritual, that kind of stuff. It's ornate, like, elaborate tile work, but it does have a functional purpose.
Fancy.
There is kind of like a squat mezzanine above that has shelving, containers. There's a lot of spots that are clearly like scroll and bookcase sections that aren't being used. And along the edge of the room, there's little, you know, like little benches that you could sit at. There's small tables and reaction preparation spots. It's not quite as elaborate as presumably the alchemy tower would be. This one's more just big and open air for ritual work. Actually, 2 of the walls have like a big dark mirror embedded into them.
Fancy.
Ooh, scry mirrors, nice. I'm assuming scry mirrors.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Any mirror's a scry mirror if you scry in it.
And any mirror's a cry mirror if you cry in it.
Yeah.
Also
Hey, you
true.
know, the thing I've realized working at a new job is that businessmen are always like, you gotta be confident and fake it till you make it. But they're never like, you gotta be shy and demure and cry until your problems go away. So
That is
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
I remember the last time I was walking past a conference room, saw a couple of people in a high pressure negotiation, and then one of them went and grabbed a teddy bear and just started crying and all the businessmen were like, no, no,
No, it's
we can do
okay. We'll sell.
7.5 points.
Yeah. I'm thinking I'm about to start something new.
New business practice. Sad.
Yeah.
Look, you've heard of high pressure sales tactics.
Mhm,
This is the
mhm.
highest pressure there is.
Full on collapse.
Have you ever been around somebody that you don't really know and they start crying? Like, that's high pressure situation, you know?
Like, I honestly think if I was around somebody and they started crying, my initial reaction is like, "Do you need a hug? Come here, bud." Like, it would be very easy to stab me, is what I'm saying.
You get a very hearty pat on the back and a there from me.
No, I'm squeezing you until I'm not letting go until you stop sniffling.
Have you guys
Like-
seen? There's a comic, and it's a guy lying on the pavement. And he's like, "Ah, my butthole! Oh no, my butthole!" And he like rolls over. He's like, "Ah, my butthole!" And the guy shows up, and he's like, "Sir, are you okay?" He's like, "Ah, my butthole!" And he's like, "Sir, are you?" And then the guy like flips over and then shoots him in the chest and leaves and puts a gun back in his chest. And it's like, that guy's a pro. Seen him kill 12 people this way. And he walks back into a mob bar.
Actually seen that clip. Like, he's on the ground, like, rolling and acting like, my butthole! Ah!
I feel like this is a part of the internet that I have just not been privy to.
See, my favorite thing about that is that I could believe that he's worked out that if you just roll around in pain, people will not come to help you because of the bystander effect. But like, someone's got to be at least curious. They're like, well, the only way I could possibly figure out what's going on is by stepping in.
Like, if somebody was rolling on the ground being like, ah, my butthole, I feel like I would stop and be like, are you okay? Like,
So what's wrong
And
with
then
your
you'd be
butthole?
shot.
No, see, if someone is rolling around screaming, "Ah, my butthole," I assume that they're high as balls and don't actually want to be stopped. And unless they start crying, I'm moving forward.
The
Also,
only
maybe this
factor
is-
for your intervention is tears.
Yeah.
Maybe this is a grim thing for me to say, but I've seen enough people in actual distress, like responding to really bad shit happening in their lives. And like, when someone's fake crying or overdoing like a painful reaction when they like trip or something, I'm immediately suspicious.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, have you ever seen someone actually hurt themselves in public? People
They
try to
don't.
hide it.
Yeah, they do.
Someone will,
Yeah,
like,
The
someone will
utter
bang their.
embarrassment.
Like, if you walk, like, back when malls were something that people would have a reasonable reason to go to, and that wasn't even the case before the pandemic. That wasn't the case since, like, 2005.
Mhm.
But,
Yeah.
like, someone's walking around the food court, they bump into a table or something, they're not going to go, "Ow, my foot." They're going to look around and be like, "Oh." And then if someone's nearby and sees them, just go, "Oh, my foot." Keep moving, you know?
yeah. That is true. I've hurt myself in public before. You know, like, you know when you like trip or something and you like really bang your knee and it's like, ah, God. And you kind of just want to like sit there doing the Peter Griffin where you're just like,
Yeah.
but like you're in public so you can't do that. So you just kind of like get up and hobble,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
I've done that.
I did that once. It was in like elementary school or high school or something like that. I was running for the bus and slipped on a patch of ice, bashed my knee on the ground and then face planted and then got up and kept running for the bus, you know, as kids do.
Yeah.
just because I was like partially embarrassed, and then I get on the bus and find out my leg is like gushing blood and I'm like, oh, that's bad.
But you made the bus.
I am the exact opposite. One time I stubbed my toe and I made such a big fuss about it, I made a custom Smash Bros. Stage about it.
That's true. But you
I
weren't in
remember
public at the
that
time.
stage.
Me too.
You weren't in public. You were. I feel like if you're at your own house, you can over dramatize your
Oh, God,
your
I see.
injury.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, if I'm at my own house, I switch to the French swear words.
Yeah.
Ooh la la.
Oh yeah, no. If no one's around, I go full tabarnak on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. They
You
didn't
ever-
teach me curse words in French. I didn't get
They
You ever
that.
barely
see-
taught you French.
Yeah.
You ever see like a kid clearly not really get hurt that bad, and they're at a stage where you're supposed to like not really engage that much, and
Yeah.
they'll like get hurt and be like, ah.
Yeah. No, what you do what you do when a kid ges hurt is you look to see if there's blood, and if there's no blood, you go yay. And
Is that what they taught you as a camp counselor?
if they're young enough that when they get hurt, they look to you to see how they should react.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
yeah, and they go, oh okay, I guess I did good. I'm gonna keep running.
You gotta lie to children.
Yes. Yeah.
See, the advice I always heard was just be like lackadaisical. Like, you look, you see the fall, and then they look at you, and they're like, eh, and you're like, oh, are you all right? And they'll be like, I hurt my leg. Like, yeah, I saw. Looks like you took a bit of a tumble. Do you think it's broken, or do you think it's all right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's probably the proper way to do it. I always go, whoa, now that was a fall, dude.
Or you pull the like reality checking a kid thing where you go, oh, like kid clearly just tumbled a little bit, felt a
Yeah.
little weird, and is going and it's like, I think my foot's broken. It's like, okay, do you want to call an ambulance, and then it might take most of the day, almost 9 hours, just sitting at the emergency room, and they don't really have things to do. And then if your kid goes, yeah, then get your kid to the hospital. You're a bad parent. Your kid actually probably got hurt really bad.
Yeah.
It might be broken.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those things where like you encounter a kid doing that, and it's a thing kids do, but then like the justifications for like, well, when a kid seems like they're hurt, sounds exactly the same as like the horrific like IBLP child abuse manuals that you find from like American Baptists.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
You have to disincentivize attention seeking, so I like to put them on a blanket as young as 6 months old, and I smack them with a horsehair whip if they look to me for even the slightest amount of emotional support. See, here in America, we're made of steel, like the Wire Mother.
See, this is why we invented the story about little Johnny who cried wolf. Because grown adults don't do this. Because they got to get themselves to the hospital.
That's true.
Well, actually, a large group of adults don't quite do that. They get in their trucks and they go, we represent Canadian truckers. And then every single truckers association is like, no, you don't.
No, you represent
90%.
no one.
90% of truckers are vaccinated. 95% of truckers are seeking to be vaccinated. Most of them are going for their boosters. Actually, all of you protesting hasn't disrupted the border, which is why all of you had to leave Ottawa, because it clearly wasn't working. And now you're actually trying to just block major trade routes because you realize that you protesting by leaving and not getting vaccinated actually doesn't work, and people didn't want to work with you.
We live in interesting times.
We live in very interesting
Hot take.
times.
Hot take.
It's so wild seeing like people that you actually know in real life try to justify or talk their way around the protests, because you can see in real time immediately after a story comes out, they'll pivot and start sharing different memes. Like, I was watching them be like, haha, Trudeau running away, he hates us, he's scared of us, oh, calling us terrorists. And then like within an hour of like the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier and the Terry Fox monument being defaced, they were quickly like, really, we should all want to get along. It's not fair. It's about bodily autonomy. And I saw that before I saw the news, and me seeing them go on the Wooby was immediately where I was like, okay, I have to go and check what the news says. Oh, that's what you did. Okay.
Okay.
And then
fine.
anytime they come back and they're like, really, it's about unity. We can't be spreading hate. It's like, and check the news. Oh, that's what you did. Okay. It's like an absence thing. You go, okay, what are you not telling me?
Yeah.
What are you really trying to make sure I don't find out right now?
Yeah.
What were we doing?
I don't know.
You're on patrol. I'm
Yeah,
Yeah.
sending Warbles out to sort of do some flight reconnaissance.
I'm angry at the world.
Beanbag chairs.
Aren't
Yeah,
we
do
all?
I have like a nice recliner chair?
Not quite yet. It hasn't been fully furnished.
Okay.
It's got the furnishings for normal business, but the recliner was a last request.
Yeah.
See, in the other campaign, we're making a homestead, and my character has no money and lots of comfy furniture. Everybody else's character has lots of money and very little comfy furniture. Because we all have jobs that pay roughly the same amount, just in different intervals. It's great.
Yeah. Everyone else is like, I'm just going to keep going about this and keep going on the main quest. And then Digby's like, I'm going to buy a couch and a new shed.
Yeah.
We're going to hang out.
And then Digby hangs out until he realizes he's broke, and then he brews a bunch of potions real quick to sell them. And then hangs out until he realizes he's broke again.
That's a good way of going about it.
Honestly,
Yeah.
that's the fucking life right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Curse you, Will, for giving me a taste of a functional economy. Where, like...
Have you guys seen the rent prices?
Yeah, oh my god.
Have you guys seen the housing prices?
Oh my god!
Will has created an economy where my character, at the highest skill level, can work for about 2 hours a day and make, like, adventurer wage.
Make like a living wage at 2 hours a day.
Yeah.
Wow.
If
Well-
he rolls good.
So apparently what we need to do to fix the economy is just live in a fantasy world, except one
Yeah.
that's somehow worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Live in a world where...
I mean, I don't want to live in
Yeah.
a world where adventurer is like a genuine job description.
Like, let's be real, it's like working for Uber Eats, but you get shot more.
Yeah, exactly. That sounds terrible.
Yeah. It's like...
But the chances of being shot while doing Uber Eats aren't zero.
Yeah.
No, they're actually really high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, like, they actually did tests, and, like, you are in more danger being, like, a delivery driver than you are, like, working in law enforcement.
I
Because
believe it.
if you're working in law enforcement, you're responding, you have all the equipment, and people aren't actively antagonizing you. If you're a delivery driver, someone can call you to a place, hold up a gun, and go empty the cash register. So the
Yep.
stats are, they get shot more often.
Yeah.
I believe it.
That being said, it's just one of those stats, and you look, and compared to everyone else, it's like, all of you get shot, like, a lot, though.
Yeah. See,
It's not an okay amount of being shot. We
People
should
are just
decrease the
getting...
number of being shot.
Yeah, yeah. The
Being
being
adven-
shot number is high.
What we
Being
need to do
adventurer-
is make it illegal for a bullet to enter the body. That'll do it.
I agree with that. I think we should just
I'm
make it
pretty
illegal.
sure that it is, in fact,
If we
illegal
make
for the.
it-
Yeah.
If we make it illegal for people to shoot people, then it won't happen.
You
Right?
know what? Better idea. We make guns totally legal. We make ammunition illegal.
Okay, this is the time to jump back on as a segue, because canonically, it's in my notes. The ship that you're watching pass has an insignia that's a fish holding a gun. It's the smoked salmon.
Nice. We can't see it though, right? Like it's still too far away.
Yeah, it gets close enough that you can inspect.
Okay.
You guys aren't just static sitting on the shore too. You have a boat. You can move in closer to investigate. You can sit and watch ships pass. It's getting closer to the late afternoon now. It's almost dinner time.
Dinner time.
Do I have any food up with me? I probably have some like basic ration supply stuff that I'm just eating in the Rookery Tower.
You
or
have
Wizard's
birdseed.
Tower, whichever one I'm in. I'm not
I
eating
mean,
birdseed.
That was kind of the stuff that normally would come out of Rooker's kitchen.
Yeah, that's true. Huh.
See what he's up to.
I might just go down and tend to my garden and just pick random, like, shit off the ground. Like, brush it off and eat it.
That's what I used to do in my parents' garden. They would like grow like carrots and stuff, and I would just pull the carrot out of the ground. And if I was, usually I would just wipe it off with my hand and then eat it. But if I was feeling like really sanitary, I would rinse it off with the hose.
Yep. Garden carrots, them special.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some good dirt carrots.
Yeah, good dirt carrots are quality carrots. You know?
And he never got the dirt off.
No, of course not.
It tasted better that way.
Yeah, it tasted better with the garden dirt.
Hey, boomers, we also had garden hoses.
The carrot is the vitamin, the dirt is the mineral.
Yeah.
Yes.
You need
And
all your essential vitamins and
The
minerals.
bug is the protein, baby.
So which way are you patrolling? Croquill, you're having a bit of food. What's the boat doing?
How long have we been patrolling at this point?
Since lunch.
What time's it now?
It's late afternoon.
Okay, probably do another round then, and then maybe go get some food.
Yeah.
All right. There's a ship off to the side that you see is moving at like half sail, just kind of like skipping along the water. It gets a bit close, and you can see it's doing kind of like a long glance at you. It's got
A
two
long
masts.
glance back.
It's
Can
starting
we-
to go out of your line of sight. It's going the opposite way from you, and it's behind you now.
Alright.
Can we turn around and chase it off? Like,
Like we could.
I feel like that's our job, right?
Yeah, I mean, sure. What kind of ships? You said it was a two-masted ship? Did it look like a
Mhm.
fishing ship or just like a...
You get closer to it. It's lavender in color. It has a flower insignia.
Mm.
It's tough to tell what its purpose is. It doesn't seem to have a clear one based on how it's dressed.
Fishers would have a fish. Adventurers would have something not lame. This is a spy ship. We're chasing it out of here.
Alright.
I like your reasoning there, son. Great.
As you get a bit closer, like with the turn and tacking, it takes some time to catch up, and you can see it's lowered its sails a bit more, and there's a couple of people just sitting off at the edge of it, gazing out onto the sea. As you get closer, you see the name. It's called the Hyacinth.
That tracks.
No. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
You get a bit closer, and they seem obstinate almost, not really paying attention. A couple of the people working the rigging kind of look at you quizzically.
Um,
You don't have me to bail you
What's
out on
your
this
what's
one,
your
Jane.
approach?
Our approach is to make, like... How do I put this? If you're on a boat, and you see another boat coming up behind you, if they're coming up directly behind you, that's like... Okay, what they want us to speed up, whatever. If they're coming, like, right along your side, you know, like a wow, that's
Mhm.
oh, they're gonna broadside us. So kind of like a we might be prepping the cannons to just blast you out of the sea. Maybe not. Maybe you shouldn't find out.
Unless.
So, as you skirt your way by, you see one of the sailors quietly mutter something to one of the people. You can see there's like a trio. It looks like 3 people on the ship, very well dressed. Mutters something to an older looking gentleman walking with a cane, and he gives a bluster. There's an older woman there in a long flowing pink dress with like a parasol who gives you like a hello, hi.
Son is genuinely confused.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, hi, what's your business here?
Oh, personal business. What's yours?
This is a restricted island for the rookery.
We're not
Yeah,
supposed to say rookery.
Okay, I don't say rookery, you're right. This is a restricted island. You're not supposed to be within, 1 kilometer of the island.
I can't believe that. You've got to be kidding me. Well, no one told me, and I didn't see anything on any map about this. How was I supposed to know?
Telling you now.
That's why we're here. Now scram.
Oh, so I'm just supposed to be going on an evening stroll, and then the old guy goes, "Oh, come on now, Edith." She goes, "No, I'm sorry. I am," and you see like one of the people nearby, not a kid, but clearly like one of this person's adult children, just kind of like. Clearly, the ship's crew are starting to move, being like, "Okay, we should," because after they heard restricted area, and she goes, "No, what is this? What is this?"
We need to tuna maneuver the ship.
No, we don't. We'll just be serious to them, and they'll f off.
It would work so well for the Kirks.
I say, ma'am.
2 seconds.
Ma'am.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have a good line when he comes back. Anyway. Yeah. I ate too many sugar cookies and now I have a headache.
Ma'am, I ate too many sugar cookies. Now I
Okay.
have a headache. Please
Ma'am,
leave me alone.
Yeah, I heard a ma'am.
Ma'am, do you have any idea how much it's gonna cost us if we have to sink your ship?
How rude!
Practically
Nothing.
nothing.
Nothing is going to cost
Not very much.
nothing.
What are you, pirates? We need to get out of here. They're pirates. We're reporting them to the Westmarch authorities immediately. Come, we need to go. And the ship starts to make its way out of there.
I'm gonna give him a
Pirates.
wave.
Yeah.
Good old piracy.
Well, here you are off the coast of the island around dinner time.
Well, if you just drop me off at port, I gotta finish up that telescope.
Yeah, well, we'll probably stop and have some dinner.
Yeah.
Well, we could break in one of the new houses.
Yeah.
Rucker gets like a stove that's not
There's a perfect-
constantly rocking.
There's a perfectly good latrine back at camp. I mean, there's no need.
I'm imagining Rutger being genuinely bothered, like, I have to keep turning the pan or the oil keeps pooling to one side.
Like, genuinely, I think that would be one of his main,
Just
like...
the light wave action would actually make frying a little easier, maybe.
Yeah, that's true.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Let's turn her in.
Alright, how is watch being kept while you're not out on patrol?
I had an idea about that. Why don't we just send someone sort of into the rookery tower? I know we don't get the full scope, but like we can at least keep watch, and then if we need to send out a ship, we can send out a ship.
How much work is left on the telescope?
I don't know. Because we have all the parts. I just gotta put them together. Because Because me and Ken and Ye were making building the parts, and then we hit the the block, the roadblock of not having a mirror.
And then all you needed was that last piece, and it got delivered. So yeah, you still have to do it yourself as the assembler. Like you need to collimate and everything, but you can go up there right now and fix the telescope. That being said, if you do that, you got to take Otto out of there.
Luckily,
or take the tripod with you if the tripod's complete.
Is the tripod complete?
With full spider mechanized action.
The tripod is like maybe 1 or 2 good rolls away.
All right. So what's the plan?
The plan is I'm gonna finish up that tripod and then install the telescope because the other way around doesn't make any sense. Because where's Otto gonna go?
And we're gonna join Rooker at breaking in one of the mansions.
All right, yeah, you guys have fun.
All right. Where are you guys gonna eat? Are you gonna eat at Crowquill's at Jane's, or they've got a bunch of these different manors, so like not everyone's assigned yet. One of the manors is for the bird team. One of the manors is for the it's currently being kind of squatted in by the build team, but they're expecting to leave, so they're kind of just all sleeping bags on the floor, sleeping on couches, close proximity.
Oh,
The third one is kind of just it's just been finished and nobody's really claimed it yet. Houses 4.
I mean, we can sort of claim that one.
yeah.
It doesn't really matter.
Well, there's outside of Jane and Croakville, there's 5 of you. Who doesn't get a room?
Well, okay. Honestly, I feel like Sun.
Wait,
as
wouldn't
much as
Canonier
he-
and Tiana share a room?
Yeah, Kennedy and Tiana need a room.
True.
Oh yeah, they share in a room.
Yeah,
Because otherwise, Sun would probably just stay on the ship because
They-
that's where all of his gunpowder is.
it was my assumption that they shared a room for a very specific reason on the ship. They are married after all. It is a pretty safe assumption.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Well, we should
perfect.
ask them if they want to share a room.
We've all heard them. Everyone on the ship has heard them.
Oh yeah, walls aren't very thick on the ship, but
Tiana kind
Question.
of sits there and looks over at Kennedy and goes, I gotta be honest, I was sitting and waiting and hoping you wouldn't notice we could get 2 rooms out of it.
Huh. I mean,
It's just like
Yeah,
other thing, if you guys want separate rooms, that's also fine.
yeah. Here, I'll tell you what, Con and Ye, if you come help me with this tripod, you can just add my room. I prefer to make sure that the gunpowder has an eye on it.
Bilgy and Rooker speak up, and Bilgy goes, actually, we were thinking we could share a room, turn the other one into a games room.
Purple's
Yeah,
just I like the idea.
you can turn my room into a games room if you want. Like I said, I kind of want to sleep on the ship.
All right. Well, we'd be sleeping on the ship anytime we're out there.
Right, sleep on the ship at the time we're out there, and can't stress this enough. That's where all the gunpowder is. And I don't know if you see what happens when you leave gunpowder on a ship unattended, but
And you could have Otto there with you.
that's true. I could also put Otto there with me. See, there's a lot of benefits to being on the ship.
Well, we'll figure it out in a while. Let's make some food. What do you guys want out of Rooker's series of skills? What kind of food are you asking for?
I'm thinking something rich, something with beans, some sort of stew or a
I want a-
chili,
I want like a chili.
something
that's my vote.
spicy.
Mhm.
Something with some kick.
So you see him actually, of all things, take out sausage. He cuts it, and then he almost it's kind of nasty. He inverts it and like that, and then you see him kind of scrape it out into a pan, and he starts sizzling the sausage up into the little bacon bitsy stuff that you would find on a pizza. He's doing that not in a pan though. He's doing that almost like he's frying at the base of a big cauldron. And then once that's all done, you can see those little kinds of little bits of char. He goes in with some wine, deglazes it, and starts to mix in he pastes up and grinds up some tomatoes and throws those in there. He cubes another one for a bit of texture. Whole bunch of beans. A can of beans is a very modern thing, but beans are a very long, storied preservative, so it's really the same thing, but he opens a pot of beans, he just goes, punk, and it's made of clay, and he takes off a cloth, and he goes, and he gets a different one, he takes it off, he takes the clay lid and the piece of gingham fabric off of it, and goes, oh, I've got a puts down another clay pot.
Nice.
I like that you were very descriptive in the fact that the beans still come out of the pot in that semi-gelatinous way, where they still maintain the shape of the thing that was containing them.
Hoy.
So, how is watch being kept right now?
Actually, okay. So what Sun's gonna do is he's probably gonna enlist the help of some of the stronger build team to move Otto down to the ship and then set up the telescope.
Mhm.
And then he's gonna keep the first watch playing with his fancy new telescope.
All right. You bring Otto down, give him instructions. He's able to keep eyes out on the ship, and now that you're on a restricted island, it's way easier to just go, yeah, no, anyone that doesn't fit this description, you can turn them into paste.
Yep. Do it.
Otherwise, you have to give so many extra conditions. You have to add like 40 lines of code.
Yeah. Nobody wants to do that.
There's a clunk, and they help you lower him down. It's really like you only need one member of the build team to help you. It's like moving a barbecue. He's not that heavy. He's still heavy, but not like, oh, geez, heavy.
Yeah.
Likewise, you go and you get the telescope up. It's not as heavy, but this one, if anything, it's nice to have someone being like, all right, I'll open the door for you. Once you get to the top and set it up, we're able to kind of zoom it in. After that, the person who helped you wants to look through.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. This knob here adjusts the focus, and this knob here adjusts the zoom.
How do you sight it?
And he said, well, yeah, what you want to do is I grab the knob and I crank it all the way out. It's like, yeah, it takes a bit of time. That's why there's two knobs. You crank it all the way out, you get a nice big view, and you aim the direction you want, and then you can, focus in on things you want to see better.
All right. So then you see him like open a knob and go stunk, open it to like the sighting position, then stunk to the second focal position. And he goes, okay. Oh, got a boat.
Boat? What kind of boat is that?
He kind of like moves out of the way for a second, seeing if you want to look for yourself, but otherwise he'll report to you if you're just kind of standing there.
Yeah, I'm just standing there looking with my eyes. I mean, it's his turn with the telescope.
One mast, wood, unpainted, just varnished. Hooked worm. Hold on. Yep. I'm starting to get the focus here. It's definitely a fishing boat, hooked worm. Looks like a new operation, ramshackle. From here, we can get a look in, see the number of people.
Any weapons on there that you can see?
Let's see. One of them looks like has a fishing spear, just keeping an eye in case something gets hauled up.
All right.
Otherwise, they've got some guns, but they're racked up. They don't seem military, just ready for anything if it happens.
Okay.
Based on their trajectory, you're able to watch them come and go.
Perfect. Look at that.
By now, it's getting close to the evening hour. Dinner's ended. People are starting to relax. You're sitting in the manor that, even for a two-masted ship with 7 people on it, you've managed to slot into this small manor pretty easily. You're used to living in close quarters, so sharing rooms and common space is natural to you at this point.
Yeah. Well, I think honestly, I think that Sun is probably going to turn it in kind of early. I guess this isn't really... No, that was his watch. Yeah, he's going to turn it in early with the logic that if there's any action, it's going to be at night and he wants to be well rested.
All right. You make your way down to the boat, give a little wave to Otto, and then have a bit of a nap before people come onto the boat. Who's keeping watch during the evening?
I'll keep watch.
All right. Where are you keeping watch?
Maybe I'll go up to the tower with the telescope.
All right. You make your way up there along the winding road, and then up to the top of the tower and look through it. It takes a bit of getting used to, but you actually bump into the sun on the way out, and he gives you a quick rundown. It's easy to operate, easy enough that you can just add like a piece of paper and then a couple of like troubleshooting instructions. Luckily, these are all trained rookery professionals. There's not some random bumpkin who's going to kick it. Like, these are people who are trusted with high security information,
Yeah.
which is why you only need 2 warning signs, not 5. Still definitely 2, though. So, you're looking through, you see that there's a ship coming by. Based on the angle, it looks like it might be using the island for navigation. It seems to be coming towards you, but when you zoom in, you can see the actual like head and tail of the ship and its bearing, and it's gonna probably like elbow past you. It's 3 masts. It's white and blue. It's tough to tell, but you can see based on their ship lights at night. The insignia is a breaking wave. It doesn't seem to be fishing or adventuring, though. There's like a couple of serviceable cannons on it. There's one person keeping an eye out with a weapon, but otherwise you see just people on the boat looking out over the edge or sitting and having a bit of coffee.
I feel like we've seen a breaking wave before. As like
Yes, but where?
the ship emblem.
Do you want to check the logs?
I would check the logs, yeah.
All right, you start looking through them for a breaking wave. One of them is a ship called the Rogue Wave. It's a rookery ship. It has a similar insignia, but it's different colors. You keep flipping through. It keeps getting closer, but you saw it a while away with the telescope, so you're able to watch it. And yep, that's the one. That's the only one that you're able to find that has a wave insignia, except for one that came. And you flip to the last page, it's the third to last entry, and you see one called the Wave Crest that fits this exact description. It passed before doing the same kind of thing. It was a charter cruiser, it looks like. Now that you go and you see, you might not be able to confidently tell the name, but with the telescope and the light glinting off the ship, since you know it's the Wave Crest, you can see like there's a W and a V.
Yeah.
And
Okay. It's a cruiser, huh?
it gets
All
close
right.
to the island and continues its elbow.
Yeah. Let it go on. Let
By
it
now-
exist.
By now it's the early night. Even the bird teams settled in. Most birds are, the birds that they use here at least, the seabirds, tend to be most active during the day, so they don't need to do much in terms of receiving messages.
Mm-hmm.
The tower's quiet.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I don't think I'm able to do night shifts on this, really, because I can't use the telescope. I can use Warbles, but Warbles needs to sleep, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
So
So
I think
Croak
it would
will
have
head into
to be
bed?
someone else. I'm gonna...
Corporal's,
Sorry?
you're probably heading to bed then, right? Because you
Yeah.
can't do night shift.
Yeah, I'm probably heading to bed.
Okay.
Going to sleep in my
Um,
cabin.
Yeah, I'll probably get someone to take the shift from me, and then I could do like an early morning shift. I don't know if we want to go out patrolling because it's nighttime. This would be the time to get attacked if we do.
I would like to point out that I
Yeah.
also ward my cabin against intruders.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's very similar to the wards I put on the beach, which is very bright lights to sort of just like,
Hmm.
you know, make a lot of noise and also to have the person...
We should ward the ship from intruders.
Yeah.
I did do that for a while.
Yeah.
But then it became more important that, you know, I protect against scries. And
That's
now
true.
I'm not on the ship as much, so...
So are you sending the rest of the crew to do a bit of a night watch from the tower, or are...
I think we're
You
fine
just
to
tell
keep the
people.
night watch going from the tower.
Okay.
I think I have a new system once we get the next crew. I think I'll have a new system for what we'll do. But yeah.
All right. now that you guys aren't staying out on the boat, it's a lot simpler. You don't need a full crew to like operate the boat with someone working the wheel and someone manning the sails and someone working the midship if needed. Uh, you're able to just be like, all right, one person, check the telescope.
Cool. Yeah, and then everybody else can sleep.
Are any party members taking any of the night watches?
I took the evening shift. I'll take like a early morning shift if somebody doesn't want to. Maybe Sun should take an early
Yeah,
morning
I'll
shift.
take an early morning shift.
All right, like the witching hour pre-dawn or like
Yeah,
dawn
witching hour.
morning kind of thing.
I think some would like to do Dawn Morning because that's his name, you know.
All right. You're awoken a little bit before daybreak. You can see a thin strand on the horizon, although it's almost like dots and dashes. It gets truncated from places where like the rain from distant storms starts to blur things out. You make the long trudge up through the Rookery Tower and sit down. You check the logbook. A couple of ships that have come here before, things like ships that are just local to the area.
Yeah.
Nobody's really sailing at night. Some of them just kind of anchored off in the distance and are noted to have stuck around. Those are still there. No one's actually really stopped over at night close to the island or had any major interactions. You're sitting there at daybreak and must have been not far that one of these ships was coming, because there's another one that starts to come towards the island. 2 masts. With the morning light a little bit after sunrise, you can see that it's red and blue. It's got a tidal wave insignia. It's coming right at the island.
What was the insignia for the patrol crew? Like, are we even expecting the patrol crew to arrive anytime soon?
You haven't. You basically like sent a letter yesterday.
Yeah.
All right, if it's coming straight on the island, it's barreling down on us, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's enough. Most ships that are coming have been going significantly slower, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I'm hopping down the ladder, and I don't know. Do we have an alarm bell or something?
Not currently.
It was part of my
Run down to the
plan.
ship, I guess.
It was part of my plan for what I was going to implement in the future. Yeah.
Well, in that case, I am banging on the mansion door where everybody's sleeping, and going, if you're not at the boat soon, you're gonna be swimming. Let's go.
After a brief moment, and like, hold on, shit, like from a couple of people, it's like 2 minutes or so, but they all get moving pretty quickly.
Yeah, I'm using the motor, baby, to go meet this ship out in the open water instead of being caught with our pants down.
All right, you go in. You burn a power surge as like the propellers start going, so that once all feet are on deck, you can start just pushing, and then everybody has time to set up the sails and make them catch wind.
Yeah.
As you do this, you can see the ship coming when you crest the corner. It's a little ways off, so by the time you hit the southern tip of the island, it's getting close to the southern tip of the island. You see it, the same ship as before, 2 masts, red and blue. It's got a tidal wave insignia. It's getting closer.
Let's go.
You can see that
meet him.
there are some figures that are on the ship, kind of looking over at you. They are the Rogue Wave, and you see a Rookery flag.
Ooh, Rookery
Oh
flag.
my god.
Nice.
They gesture, they loosen the sails so that they slow up a little when you pass. You have to kind of turn around, and you have a brief moment to be like, oh, hey! And they're like, oh, hey! And then you turn around and close in again. Since there's still a lot of like power that needs to be bled off from the motor starting up, you're able to use the assistance of the propellers to really sharpen that turn. It makes the tacking process a lot more easy.
We're just flexing on them at this point.
We're the guy on a skidoo.
Yeah.
The captain is looking to dock. He says that he's bringing a sea mail delivery.
Sea mail.
That's what he says. But is he lying?
Yeah, but all right. Well, I mean, we got a spot on the dock for you. You damn did spook us. I'll tell you that much.
It was just a practice run. You know, just in case the real thing was.
Well, I knew Boxworks Island would be a little spooky. All right, just up the pier, around the corner there. Should I follow you?
Yeah, you could follow us. If you can keep up.
So you surge ahead of them a little bit, and they follow behind. You're able to kind of just like drift off and do little figure eights off the edge of the pier as they slow up and lower down the ropes. You can see that,
or like a speedboat, like going around them.
Yeah,
they're such assholes.
Yeah.
Somebody from the bird crew comes down from like the mail office, looks a bit confused at first, but waves them down, seems to be checking paperwork and bringing out like crate after crate of like mail crates. It's not a full pallet, it's just like a couple of them, like maybe 6, 8, maybe 10 if there's a couple of small ones in there. You've seen like half height ones sometimes. After the delivery though, they get back on their boat and keep moving.
Oh, well.
Oh.
Well, I'm sorry, fellas. I feel kind of silly for waking y'all up, but
no, that's if it was actually something we needed to be worried about, then I'm happy we did it.
Well, and I appreciate you saying that.
We got up early enough to lead them safely to dock. We did our job.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way to look at it.
Well, it's dawn, and you guys are already on the boat.
All right, I guess we could.
All right, well.
Do a patrol, like.
Yeah, why not?
We're already out here.
It's right around the breakfast hour. Rooker goes, well, I only took out enough of that stew, so I'll make some pancakes.
Okay.
Pancakes.
What clockwise, counterclockwise? Are you stationing at a certain point around the island?
Counterclockwise. They'll never see it coming.
Spice it up, You
go the far way around the island, the Freedland side. You pass by kind of just like choppy, craggy sections, big sparse bits of forest, and then you hit the southern kind of big, deep beach. It's still one of those things of debate. Like, if you go there, you can find it. But from, like, every time you pass on the beach, it's like, do you see a crater? I think there's a crater. Is there a crater over there? When the trap went off.
Yeah.
It was a good trap.
It was a good trap.
As you're rounding the north side, like past the caves and going up towards the pier again, you see that there's 3 ships in tight formation, moving faster than fast. They're all single-masted, and they have distinctive like speed sails on them.
Ooh, where are they going in such a hurry?
Are they coming towards us? Yeah, like
a lot like the other ones, they seem to be, and then you see that they're coming at a slight angle, like they're gonna elbow. They're not slowing up. They're going as fast as they fucking can.
Okay.
One of them is like lacquered wood. One of them's white. One of them's bright blue.
Probably just let them go by, because if they're not slowing up, then they're probably not going to stop. And they're only single-masted ships, right? They're not fighting ships.
You can see as they get closer that their formation is starting to get a bit ragged. One of them's got a kite. The other one's a bird, an arrow for their insignia.
I'll write that down.
All right.
And you hear, "Oh, go tie that rope down, shit!" As the first one goes by, the kite flyer, you see that there's obviously like a team captain. They have matching outfits. He's pointing one direction, the other one, and then, "You're gonna let those motherfuckers pass us?" That's the albatross.
Wow.
Same thing, different color. Another
They're
team
racing.
captain going, and then, "You know how much fucking money?" And that's the storm arrow coming by in turn.
They're
That's the
racing.
third of 3 regatta crews who are in close formation moving past.
Yeah, they're racing boys.
I see someone's been to Fanshawe Conservation.
Yeah,
The place where money goes to sink.
yeah, the boat's just a hole what you put money into, ain't it?
Look, my investment didn't fail, it capsized.
There's a difference.
It's different.
It's around the
Alright.
early morning when Rooker comes out, passes people some plates of pancakes. You're kind of at a slow drift counterclockwise when you see there's another group of 3 boats that are kind of lurking around the storms. There's a single-masted, a 2-masted, and another 2-masted. At first they seem separate, but they seem to be staying in a cluster. They seem aware of each other. They're not coming close to the island.
How far away are they staying?
They're easily above a click, probably
Okay.
close to like... They're small. You can make out their sails and their number of masts, but you can't even tell the color of their hull.
Okay. I
Here's-
mean,
If they're staying more than a click away, that means that they have interacted with somebody that told them to do that, I think.
Yeah. Methinks one of those ships actually made it out. Made it to shore.
Yeah.
maybe. Maybe.
I mean, in fairness, we didn't blow up like 2 fishing boats that were very much in league with the other ones.
Yes, this is very true.
True. Somebody's catching wind of the tales of the tuna maneuver.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they didn't like it. They didn't like the tales they heard.
They haven't really moved out of that one spot. It's tough to tell if they're like a cluster of sailing boats or what. But they aren't staying like in a tight formation with their sails down. They're still doing little motions.
Okay.
Oh, have they stopped?
They are, I would describe them as mobile, but they are not traveling, if that makes sense. Like they're
Okay.
ambulatory in place.
But they're far away.
Yeah.
Okay. Far enough away that you could see them through a telescope?
Maybe.
Alright, well... Yeah, I should go check on that. I think I'm not gonna do the telescope. On the next pass round, I guess, just come near the dock and I'll hop off, or someone else wants to do it. I bet they're up to no good, but I guess you can't assume.
Can't just
Tiana
assume
shrugs
these
and
things.
goes, I could do it this time if you want.
Yeah, sure. I don't know, give a big yell or something.
All right. You continue around. They're kind of a little bit behind you when you reach the pier. Tiana hops off, kind of like clambers off the ladder, does a little hip, and then... This isn't the first time you've done this. You're used to it at this point. You move down to a slow crawl, then just go whoop, and then kind of whoa when you hit the pier, and then move along. Tiana starts going up the hill towards the rookery.
I kind of want to go with Tiana. But probably after the hip. When it's safe for me to go without having to hip.
Without having to hit, yeah.
All right. Would you, like, if you're going with Tiana, would you let Tiana, like, grab your hand and, like, count you down for it?
100%, yeah.
All right. You hear, like, 1, 2, 3, and then you're both in the air. And then with an arresting lateral motion, you kind of have to, like, whoa, as you hit the pier, but you're stable.
Okay. That is the
You
most
move past,
agile Croco will ever be.
Yeah.
As you're moving past the camp, you see that even though the sandbags are still in place, they're starting to take down the tents now that people have housing.
What is Crowquill's physical score, by the way?
0. I've literally made it so that I do not invest anything in physical. Croquil does not care to increase her physical abilities whatsoever. She relies wholly on magic and the help of her friends.
I kind of picture Croquill as like a very thin.
Oh, 100%.
Hmm.
Very, very
Kinda-
thin.
Kind of scrungy, kind of scraggly.
Yeah.
Like lanky.
Yeah, like the type of person that would have like a shoelace as like a belt. Because that's what they need and that's what they had on hand.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the camp, as you pass, is being partially taken down. A lot of people are moving into the nearby manors, which are still like moving pretty quickly. Another day's construction has meant that one of the ones that's under construction is clearly still being worked on from within. People are moving materials in, but on the outside it looks completely finished.
Okay.
It looks like the trap smithing tower is also partially done, and something is happening inside the boxworks as you pass. The
Awesome.
Boxwork
quartermaster
stuff.
and mail office are still doing good business. You can see there's a bird team member coming down carrying like, it isn't like a rookery mail crate per se. It's like a temporary storage crate where it would be like, okay, I got this and I've unloaded these messages. I'm using these to transport them to the office kind of thing.
Mhm.
You move past him on the road up to the tower and start to climb your way up. Are we following the tower or the boat?
Like tower, I guess first.
Yeah. Well,
Alright.
yeah.
All right. You can watch the boat continue on its like counterclockwise patrol around. By the time you hit the tower, it's on the south end. You can see like these boats are still off towards kind of like the northwest and to the the northeast and to the southeast. You see that there's a two-masted ship coming towards the island.
Okay. So they're about to see that ship. Well, they'll see it, so
Yeah.
I guess they're dealing with it. There's
Yeah.
nothing really that I can do.
Any information that you can glean from it to give
I
us?
I guess like Tiana, like you gonna can we get a look at that ship maybe?
Let's see. Two-masted. It's yellow. And oh, that's weird. That's not a normal merchant at all. They've got like a sales rack right on the bridge.
Interesting.
A sea peddler, I guess. Oh, we've seen this before. They tried to dock a bunch of times. The Bent Goblet.
Oh. Yeah, we're probably gonna have to start shooting at them.
All right. We'll go to the ship now. Jane, you're on the ship. You're leading the party as they sail along, and you see this two-masted ship coming. There hasn't been a signal from the tower, but they're clearly coming towards the island. And when they see you, they loosen their sails and slow up a bit to have a conversation.
I would recognize this ship, right? If they've come a couple times trying to dock.
Yep.
Okay. We gotta have another conversation. All right.
Stop. Get some help.
Yeah.
Stop. Get some help.
Snap it.
I specifically don't mention that it's rookery business.
Oh, good.
Good. Not another
As-
slip up.
As you get closer, the guy goes, "Hey, I know I'm not supposed to land, but I've got plenty of goods. I could stay anchored off to the side if anybody needs anything. Come on, we got coats. We got fresh shell jewelry. I got someone who makes them up the coast. I mean, if you got anything you want to sell, we could buy inventory. You don't you don't need to tell me twice, all right? You need to tell me 3 times.
We're good. We're good. Don't worry about it.
All
Get
right.
out of here, pal.
See you next week."
God damn it.
And the guy he's got a couple of aids, and he lowers the sails again. You hear him mumbling, "All right, check the next hamlet. Might have a buyer there." And they keep moving.
Next time we're firing
that's
a warning shot across their nose.
But if we could just tell them to fuck off and they do,
So From the tower, you can watch this ship lower its sails and keep moving, and then the Bilgewater stop, and then all right, let's keep going. It's already on their patrol, so they just kind of follow them off, and then this boat goes off the north side and starts to drift westward a bit.
So, Tiana, what do you think is a good color to represent northeast?
Oh. I guess that depends on what north and south are. Is south yellow? I think south is yellow. Is north blue? Or is north white?
North is...
I think west is... Weird question. Hold on. We got something.
Oh, what do we got?
The ship that's heading off, the other ones in the rain seem to be following it.
Oh! Well, that's going to be unfortunate.
Yeah, they're moving into a larger fan. I think they're going to try something.
That is unfortunate.
Mm.
That's like not our problem.
Yeah. Yeah, Crowquill's just kind of like, huh. Well, I mean, that is the risk that they take, being traveling merchants.
Yeah.
Here's hoping they don't come back here seeking shelter, because then they kind of make it our problem.
Yeah.
You watch the ship go off into the storm. You can watch the other ships clearly using the storms to kind of navigate around it and catch it in a blind corner. At this point, you're at the north end of the island. Do you keep going counterclockwise?
Probably.
Do I see this happening?
You see the Bent Goblet leaving, and you see a couple of masts moving towards it in the rain, the ones that you spotted earlier.
Okay. Probably wouldn't assume from that, so I'd probably continue on patrol.
All right. When the boat hits the southern tip of the island, off in the rain to the north, you see that the skirmish is starting. There's a couple of warning shots, and you think you see the mast splinter on the Bent Goblet. From there, they close in. The sails are brought in low. Now the Bilgewater is getting back to the north side of the island as they've tied up. You see they've come in close, and it's tough to tell the action, but a pirate attack happens more or less like this.
Well, I guess they'll enjoy the shell necklaces.
Yep.
Yeah, that's sad.
I mean, what were we gonna do against like two-masted and a single-masted? They were clearly like waiting to ambush people, and we couldn't even have caught up to the goblet in that time. Like,
yeah.
Well, maybe he should have picked a less dangerous sort of way to make a living.
Do you keep patrolling counterclockwise?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nothing we can do.
The ships depart after a couple more patrols. The Bent Goblet with its snapped masts is just kind of sitting there in the storm.
Do I see it with a snapped mast out in the storm?
Well, you already saw it. At this point, it's getting close to like the late morning-ish. It's still there in the storm, and coming kind of perpendicular, you can see that it looks like a West March Navy patrol that's getting closer to it.
they'll be fine. They have the West.
Yeah.
I'll be fine. Unless that Navy patrol comes to us.
Yeah, unless they tell like, it was that island over there that shot us down.
Yeah.
And then we'd have to be like, it wasn't us.
They wouldn't do that. We're potential customers.
Yeah.
Sure, we've never bought anything and have also threatened them with violence, but we're potential customers.
It's always West March. Like,
Always West
Oh,
March.
hi guys, it's us from the north. We thought we'd come check out your cool island.
You see the human ship kind of slowly lower its sails and get closer. Presumably, there's some movement. It's too far to really discern shapes, but they must be getting some sort of rescue going. The ship is left there just adrift, doomed to capsize as after the movement is done, the West March ship just keeps moving. You can see the ship get gently tossed about the waves. See you next week.
Yeah? Well, we won't be seeing them next week, that's for sure.
We won't be seeing them again.
Well, you can check out this game at twitch.tv/Croden_live or at youtube.com/Mr. Croden. Or you can check it out at bloodwine.fandom.com if you want the rules to this game. The second most recent one. Because I shouldn't self-deprecate. I'm not lazy.
Oh, no.
I'm busy. I got shit
You're
to do.
busy. You got stuff
Yeah.
going on.
Busy.
Yeah, eventually. I'll release it eventually when I've got actual free time and not just free time that should be spent doing household chores. But until then, bloodwine.fandom.com if you want to see this. What kind of streams we got coming up?
I should be doing something tomorrow. I hope I'm doing something tomorrow. I don't know. I've been
Not
inconsistent with my Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah.
Some
Bad
days,
rat.
some days you just don't want to appear on webcam, you know?
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah. So hopefully I'll be doing something tomorrow. If not, I'll definitely be doing something on Friday for Mass Effect. That'll be great. So yeah. As always, thank you everyone for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.
Yeah.
See you around.
Bye.
That's the